Jake Paul, Tommy Fury is finally coming to fruition, and it happens this Sunday in Saudi Arabia. This fight's an easy one for me to break down. This is, you're talking about two polar opposites. Two gentlemen who are undefeated. One is a power puncher. The other is a finesse footwork type of dude. One of them has gone 8 rounds with a high-level fighter. The other hasn't gone past 4. But to me, if you look at the tail of the tape here, Jake Paul's going to be he's an inch taller. He's a little heavier, and they're both orthodox. The thing about this whole fight is you have a straight-up power puncher that doesn't use a lot of footwork versus a kind of a pretty boy who uses footwork, is not a power puncher, punches in volumes, and hates when the fight gets dirty. And also has some cardio issues with only going 4 rounds. Don't get it twisted. There's a reason Jake Paul has been chasing Tommy Fury all over this world to get this fight. This fight, was this the 3rd or 4th time supposed to happen? You know, and Jake Paul has lost money putting promotional dollars into it, and Tommy Fury saying his ribs hurt or he can't get in because of immigration, whatever reason he came up with, which I don't buy. And I have no animosity towards Tommy Fury in any facet. I just think this comes down to they're both inexperienced, but when you look at inexperience, I always look who's tougher, who wants it more. And I think this is clear as day. Jake Paul wants this fight more. I actually think there's more pressure on Tommy Fury with his background, with the Fury name, his brother being the best heavyweight to ever do it. His dad and his brother, I think, advised him against this fight. And, you know, there's some kind of back talk there, but why he didn't make the fight happen earlier. So I actually think there's a lot more pressure on Tommy Fury because he comes from boxing royalty. He's not very battle tested. You look at some of his opponents. Now people say, well, he has, 2 more fights than Jake Paul. Yeah, there's that. Tommy Fury, in no facet, anyone who has an eye for boxing is going to say this guy is a power puncher in any freaking facet. He punches in volume. He wants to stay outside. He hates when it gets dirty. This is a nightmare of a matchup for Tommy Fury. Jake Paul does not want to sit outside. Jake Paul isn't known for his footwork. Jake Paul is going to be in his grill for 8 rounds. And as a power puncher, be able to withstand, the issues with being a power puncher, getting tired, and still be able to face adversity like he did in Anderson Silva, and still continue to be able to fight and still have power like he did when he knocked down Anderson Silva late in the rounds. I would be willing to bet, if anybody out there wants to take this bet, Jake knocks him out in under 4 rounds. Tommy might be able to do his thing with his footwork and get, land some good combos. It doesn't matter. Jake's been hit harder by way tougher guys. So he might be down a round or 2 going into the 3rd, maybe going into the 4th. But Jake can trade 3 Tommy Fury punches for 1 of his. All Jake needs is 1 open shot to land. Fury can land as many as he wants, and it's not going to affect the fight. It's just not. He doesn't have power. He wasn't born with power. Now, does Tommy Fury do some things better than Jake Paul in boxing? Absolutely. He grew up boxing. He has a much more established amateur background. His brother's also the best heavyweight to ever do it. His dad was a fighter, so he grew up in that atmosphere. His fundamentals are better. But when it comes down to it, I would be willing to bet on a Jake Paul over Tommy Fury. I just think, A, Jake's tougher. B, stylistically, it's a nightmare for Tommy Fury. He wants to sit outside and look cute. Jake's going to get in your grill. He's very good at dirty boxing. He has power inside that close range. And he has way more knockouts with less fights. I think Jake is easy as day, gets it done. I'm sure nerves are going to be there, but I'm willing to bet on Tommy Fury not be able to last 8 complete rounds with Jake Paul, who has better cardio, hits harder, and has a better mentality for the sport. You're going to see it come this Sunday morning at 11 a.m. on Thick Boy YouTube on Calabasas Fight Companion, where I'll be stand up and cheering, watching Jake Paul knock Tommy Fury unconscious.